Hey everybody, my name is Myers Corp Cosplay, and this is a continuing series of me talking about my interactions with working with some celebrities at Comic Cons and the fun stories that have arisen from it. I've been volunteering at Comic Cons for around 10 to 15 years. I've had some amazing times with some amazing celebrities, and this one is one of the more recent ones, and man, it is a pretty funny story. I was working with Mr. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, if you know, from the legend in the world of wrestling, and he was at my hometown convention, Hamilton Comic Con, and I'm a big wrestling fan, so I was more than happy to work with Hacksaw. I'd heard so many good things about him, and he was amazing. He was so sweet. Um, his wife was with him, and she was a delight as well. They were both very happy to be there, very charming, very excited. um However, at one point during the con, if you know, by the way, let's back up for a second. If you know of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, or if you don't know about Hacksaw, he is he is a wrestler who would walk around with a giant 2x4, and he'd beat people with a 2x4. Well, you obviously can't bring a 2x4 into a convention now. So what he does is he gets a bunch of small cut 2x4s, and you can get those signed instead of a photo. So I guess he talked to somebody in the area and said, I'm coming in for this convention. Do you mind going to a local lumber yard and picking me up a couple 2x4s so I can have them at the table to sign? I don't know where the disconnect happened, however. So we were working his line. The first day was great. The second day started, and we were going till about, I want to say, noon, and the convention ended around 4 or 5 o'clock. And a gentleman came in, and he had a big rolling hockey bag, like the big hockey bags that you had the wheels on the bottom that roll. Don't know why I had to explain that, but so he came in and he walked up to Mr. Duggan's table, and he gave it to him. He said, "Here's your 2x4s." Well, again, I don't know where the disconnect was, but this individual got probably 10 to 15 2x4s, full size 2x4s, and cut them up and filled this hockey bag with 2x4s, which at the beginning of a con would not be a big problem. But because we only had 4 to 5 hours left at the end of a con, that's not a ton of time to get rid of those 2x4s. If you've never been to a con, the end of the con is, pick a time, let's say 5 o'clock. The end of the con usually kind of slows down an hour to 2 hours beforehand. That's when it's sort of, everyone starts packing up. Most people don't stay till the absolute end of the convention. So he probably had 3 hours to get rid of all of these pieces of 2x4 because he's not going to bring them home with them. So he kind of laughed at it. He's like, I don't know what to do with these. Like, I can get rid of a bunch of them, but not everybody wants a 2x4. So the convention was actually at a airplane hangar. It was at what's known as the Warplane Heritage Museum in just the south side of Hamilton. And he was walking around talking to people at the Heritage Museum, like, do you guys need small 2x4s for anything? And they didn't. So he was giving them out to the volunteers, signing them for everybody, but he still had a good portion of these left. And at the end of the con, he looked at me and he said, "Well, do you need some 2x4s?" And I said, "Honestly, I do some woodworking projects around, and I do build some, shelving and stuff. There's got to be a point where I'm going to need something, so why not?" So I inherited probably 10 to 20 small 2x4s that are still in my garage. I've not been able to use them, from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And I have to use them, obviously, but part of me doesn't want to because I was gifted a whole bunch of 2x4s from Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which makes me smile as a wrestling fan. And he did autograph one, which is in my garage, proudly displayed above my workbench. But yeah, it was really funny just kind of sitting there looking at these 2x4s going, I guess I'm taking them home. So yeah, the Hacksaw was really fun, and I still have some of his 2x4s in my garage. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I've got a couple more. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button below the video, and we'll talk to you very soon.